Last year, we checked Europe's Christmas markets off our bucket list. And somewhere between Glühwein, medieval towns, and riverside villages, we realized that river cruising might be the ultimate way to experience Europe at Christmas. Every stop feels like stepping into a snow globe. And the best part, your hotel floats with you. And today we're continuing the journey through Melk, Passau, and Salzburg, where the magic continues. Hi, we're Tiffany and James from Be Inspired Travel in New Brunswick, Canada. Europe's Christmas markets sat on our bucket list for years. And last year, we finally did it. Our Avalon Christmastime river cruise started on the Danube in the magical capital city of Austria, Vienna, home to Mozart and Strauss, as well as some of the best markets in Europe. From incredible foods, outdoor skating rinks, and decorations that could easily rival any small town in a Hallmark Christmas movie, it was incredible. So if you missed part 1, don't forget to go back and watch that later, because this might really be the best way to experience Europe's Christmas markets. By this point in the trip, something really unexpected had happened already. We made friends. And honestly, that became one of the best parts of the experience. There's just something about river cruising that makes it easy to connect with people. Maybe it's because the ship feels more intimate. Maybe it's because it's the most magical time of the year. Or maybe it's because drinks are included during lunch, dinner, and happy hour. But a couple of days in, we were already saving seats for new friends at dinner, running into familiar faces at every stop, and swapping stories while sailing past villages on the Danube. On day 3, we cruised towards the Wachau Valley, toward Melk. Tiny villages, castles, rolling hills, kind of like sailing through a Christmas card. And then we arrived at Melk Abbey. This massive monastery is perched high on a cliff overlooking the Danube. And walking into it felt like stepping onto the set of a historical movie. The ceilings were covered in these incredible paintings, and there was so much gold detail everywhere. They don't allow pictures or videos inside though, so you'll have to experience this for yourself, but it somehow made it feel a little more magical. And then on board, Avalon keeps feeding you incredible food every 5 minutes. At one point, they even did an Austrian cookie tasting while sailing toward Grain, which felt extremely aligned with my personal life goals. Grain was smaller and quieter, but very charming. We did a short guided walking tour, wandered through a nearby church, and ended the tour at the cutest little cafe for more cookies, Glühwein, and live music. I'm not sure what they were singing about, but they were passionate, highly entertaining, and their traditional costumes on point. And then came Passau, Germany, the city of 3 rivers. This stop was so beautiful during Christmas. We did a guided city walk and wandered down alleyways and cobblestone streets while learning about local history until arriving at the real star of this stop, the Christmas market, of course. It sits right outside St. Stephen's Cathedral, which is absolutely worth checking out. The first order of business at the market, though, was getting James and our new friends some Glühwein. Then came the exploring, admiring the decorations, checking out the market booths, doing a little shopping, and obviously taste testing as much market food as possible. For research purposes. Giant sausages?
Inadequate.
Approved. Chimney cakes? Do not skip. And if you want to make the trip even more unforgettable, there's also an optional excursion to Salzburg. Salzburg was home to the real Von Trapp family, whose story inspired the sound of music. You get fairy tale streets, the alpine scenery, Christmas traditions, And you even learn the story behind Silent Night, which was written in Austria. Salzburg during Christmas is wonderful. And we actually returned to Salzburg the weekend after our cruise for the Krampus parade, which has to be one of Europe's most unique holiday traditions. But that's a story for another day. And somehow, at this point in the trip, it already felt like we never wanted it to end. But trust us, because the best market of the entire cruise might still be ahead. Because in part 3, we're headed to Regensburg and Nuremberg, where the Christmas markets somehow get bigger and more festive. And let's just say there may have been an alarming amount of market treats and mulled wine involved. I hope to see you on board someday. Until then, keep exploring and write your bucket list.